with the model industry currently revolving against me, I had to go find another old kit to redo that I know I could actually keep myself interested in. So I found this very old USS Saratoga that I absolutely hate the paint scheme on. I just could not stand the camouflage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do not just clean up and repaint like I did on the Yamato, but this is actually going to have a lot of rebuilding and structural work that needs to be improved, as the kit I think is originally from the 70s and it lacks details. So for this video I will be doing a fair amount of painting on the hull. The paint scheme I'm going with is a lighter gray, as this is what the ship would have appeared like during Operation Crossroads, which I will be building a base for, and we will be having a little bit of an atomic bomb explosion on this base. The original coaxial 5-inch turrets did not look good, so what I did is I went back to my 1700th USS Maryland, and it had a bunch of these little turrets in there, so I just took out of that. And to hold the guns in place, I'm going to stuff clay up in the turret, and I will stick the barrels that are made out of stretched sprue directly into the clay. So finally I'm going to move on to the superstructure that I mentioned in the beginning of the video. First thing I have to do is sand off the old glue for the old connection to the deck. Now, due to the lack of details, I'm going to be running to this Trumpeter Maryland, as it has so many spare parts, might as well put them to use, and I'll also be using the photo etch from that kit that was left over. Now, the thing is with this mast is the way that the company had done it, it was not very accurate at all. I have photographs up and I'm looking at those, so I have to entirely make the mast on my own. Here's a quick comparison between the old radar net and the old mast. Due to the age of the kit, it does not come with a decal set for the deck, so all that has to be hand painted. They did put abbreviation marks for these little white marks, and I'm going to use a toothpick to fill those in with white. Now we begin what was absolutely bothering me. There were no details for any of the bridge windows or anything like that. Initially I was just going to add up using stretched sprue, but that did not work out too well. So what I ended up doing was taking a small saw, and I started to saw out the areas that needed these large open windows. After doing all this intense sawing, I do take my hobby blade and I do smoothen it out some, and then I finally take sandpaper to define it even further, and that was all I needed to do. The details for these windows will be added in the next video. Here I'm cutting off the old spotlight connection as it's inaccurate. Well, if you have enjoyed this video, why not subscribe and leave a comment down below, and have a wonderful day.